Hi, it's Jon Mitchell, Mayor of New Bedford, and this is another installment of the Mayor's Weekly Update. So a couple of things I wanted to update you on. First of all, a matter concerning our parks, especially on the peninsula. There's been some talk of late about rules around grilling in parks, which is something I know a lot of folks enjoy doing. At the same time, there have been a number of complaints about trash in parks. And, you know, our goal is, as everybody knows, is to make our parks as beautiful and as enjoyable and as safe as possible. So, you know, I've suggested to the park board, whose authority is ultimately where these matters will be decided, to take a look at the right balance between allowing for people who want to grill in the parks and to do so safely, and at the same time to ensure that for those who do grill, that trash is properly put away so that we don't have to have city workers at taxpayer expense going out and picking up after them. I think that's probably the most reasonable approach, and we want to work it out so that everybody can feel confident that the balance that was struck was the right one. So the park board will work through those details, but I just wanted, some folks were asking me about my position, and that's it. I think we can do both as long as we understand that there are competing concerns, sometimes competing concerns. Secondly, I just wanted to talk a little bit about charter schools. There has been some talk in the papers and in other places about the applications for new charter schools or expanded charter schools in the city. My position has always been not one of complete opposition to charter schools. I think they have their place, and they can add value to what we do in the school districts where most of the kids in the city are educated. I've raised objections, however, to the possibility that these charter schools will take money away from the city, not only from money that could otherwise go in the school district, but also for other city services, and be an imposition on taxpayers. We're not in a position right now to absorb more charter schools. We're just not. And you know, it's my hope that that we're able to move forward from some of the fiscal challenges that we have in the long run. But for right now, we have to be very careful about how we spend additional funding. There are debates about whether charter schools do what they do better than district schools. I think sometimes those debates end up being apples to oranges comparisons. I'm not saying charter schools are all good or all bad. They vary. There are good ones, there are bad ones. But my point more generally is that for the state to force a greater obligation onto the city to pay for more in the way of school construction and staffing and all the expenses associated with charter schools is for New Bedford at this time, something that will be very difficult for us to manage. So we don't want to see taxpayers have to foot the bill for more of this when, frankly, taxes are high enough as it is. So more on that later. I want people to know where my head is on it, but the discussion will continue as time goes on. The last thing I wanted to mention is I wanted to welcome Lesley University to the city. Lesley University is a very well-established and renowned teachers college based in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and they're setting up shop in the downtown in the DeMello International Center, which used to be called the Sovereign Bank Building, used to be the Compass Bank Building, actually more recently the Santander Bank Building. But they're going to be in there, and they're going to be offering coursework and degrees to teachers, to existing teachers, to current teachers in our system, as well as the systems in Greater New Bedford. And it's just a great resource. It's a great resource to have, you know, another place where teachers can to hone their skills and to get better at what they do. So we look forward to that. I want to thank Jim DeMello, the owner of the building, for facilitating that deal. It's going to be a good one for the city and our suburban districts. And if it means that teachers are going to be able to improve their craft and for students to learn more, it'll be a great thing. So with all that, that's been the Mayor's Weekly Update. We'll see you next week.